Tommy, you've been waiting very patiently. Tommy, World Power. And I think you've got some comments. We've covered things. What we're really talking about more are the criminal aspects of crypto and whether crypto is actually worth it in light of all these criminal activities. Maybe you have something to shed, or if you want to ask any of us anything, you've been waiting patiently, as have a lot of other people, and I'll keep trying to get them on board.
For sure. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. Just so you guys know, my name, World Power, comes from my alignment of just looking for the most powerful things in the world, which is perhaps part of the reason why I built what I did in relation to this. So, and I'll say, John, I appreciate you fighting the good fight, against crime. I think we can agree that crime is out of control in the crypto space, and it's actually got worse and worse every year, and will actually continue to get much worse. So I think it's like one of those things that the pain is going to increase until we don't tolerate anymore. So, but what I would say here is that you have to fight crypto crime the right way. Otherwise, it's like punching a brick wall. Like, you're not going to beat the brick wall. You're just going to get your hand really bloody. So in order to do that, the first thing, there's a couple things we have to be aware of when approaching this. The first one is that crypto can't be shut down. If they could have shut down Bitcoin, they would have done it a long time ago. The reason why you can't shut it down is the decentralized nature, that there's nodes in like every country of the world, so you can't shut it down. That's the power of peer-to-peer technology, and it's more powerful than any human in the world. It's like trying to shut down the internet.
But
Can't.
wait, Tommy, what about the banks? The banks have effectively shut it down in the US by saying anybody who deals with crypto can't deal with our bank.
So the part of that that's actually really important to realize is crypto is bigger than the US, and there's, just like, China, Russia, North Korea, there's countries that have their own jurisdictions and their own ethical standards, which may not meet our standards, and perhaps predatory practices that they might not mind seeing us being harmed. And so that's the part of it. It's not just US, EU, it's worldwide. And I really come from a place of experience in dealing with this, because I've dealt with a number of fraudsters, scamsters, all this stuff over the years. In 2017, I was the main victim of the Ether Delta hacker, and I worked with Secret Service, and we apprehended him. But I never got my money back, and neither did the Secret Service either, because of the lack of protections on the blockchain level. So let's look at some of the things you were talking about. Ransomware, enormous amounts of theft every day. And there's actually dozens of ways of getting scammed, hacked, or otherwise taken advantage of. And the place I came from is really feeling the pain of my users having their assets stolen. Because I launched a blockchain. And by the way, I didn't raise any money. I didn't do an ICO because I was conscious of those risks and whatnot. But, I had users. So I launched like Bitcoin, just started emitting coins. I felt the pain of users having their assets stolen. One of our users lost $10,000 here. Another guy loses his life savings, 200 grand. And after you feel that pain a couple times, you kind of have two choices. And the choices are either, all right, this is how it is, which is pretty much what the vast majority of people have said, or no, we live in a day of abundant technology and all this, and this is a solvable problem. And that's the route that I took. So, I want to say too, even in the US, by the way, John, justice is very hard to get. I'm suing 2 projects right now, and you'd be shocked to see how the judges are behaving for clear fraud. So even this path, even in the US, the justice really isn't there. So justice is very hard to get. But let's focus on the solutions, because it's just a philosophy I take toward my life. Is like, we can complain all day about the problems, but what do the solutions actually look like? And again, the key here is, remember, blockchain is a worldwide thing. It's not just the US. So the solution that I've ultimately found is, rather than trying to take over every country in the world, we need to put law enforcement on the blockchain. And this can be done in a decentralized way, where you still have the tenements of decentralization. The tenements of decentralization means that it's a network that can't be taken down. Like, I can't take down energy. No one can tell me to take it down. It's out of my power. That's what decentralized means. And it's also immutable. We're not rolling back the blockchain. Any sort of enforcement action is a new transaction, whether you're freezing an address or draining a criminal's address. So this can all be done on the blockchain. And I'm the only one who's done this sort of stuff, by the way, that I know of, in the world. And we also implemented defense in depth measures, because when you really want to stop criminals, you need to have layers of security to catch them. The first one is you need an alert. So you get a text alert or email alert. Like if you have, I got a text a couple months ago, $5,000 of airline tickets. Was that me? No, it wasn't me. So, we were able to freeze that transaction, reverse it. You need the same thing for blockchain, that if your funds move without your authorization, you can be notified. And then the second level is decentralized governance. Again, I'm the only one who's built this that I know of. Actually, it's actually me and Ryan. Ryan's here in the crowd. I'm not the technologist. I'm the visionary. He's the master technologist. He's actually listening to this here. So he actually, give him credit, he's the one who actually physically built it. But I'm the one who envisioned it. But so decentralized governance, you're able to freeze bad actors through a decentralized network vote, like a 10% vote, and then you can drain their assets and return them to the victims. And there's another layer of security. The third layer that the traditional financial system has is T+3 settlement. And this is critical because if you notice something happens, you need time to respond. Through these systems we've implemented, we haven't had any theft in 3 years that I know of. And this is the proper foundation that we need to solve this problem. Because again, our other option is like try to take over every country in the world. That's going to be kind of hard with China and all them right now. I think a better solution is let's bring security to the blockchain to protect people. So thank you for having me up.
Oh, thanks, Tom. I love the ambition. I love the ideas. I love the notion that you want to protect people.